This is Bishop Dr. Truman Burst. Master Herbalist, coming to you from Good Shepherd Ministries.
Don't have a topic or a suggestion yet of what we want to talk about. So the first one that mentions what they would like to talk about, or if they want to talk about anything, let me know, and we'll talk about it. That's what this is all about. This is a discussion. It's not a lecture. So if you have a question or a topic or a suggestion, please, all you have to do is press your star key 2 times and open your mic, and it's okay to interrupt me because that's the way we do things here. It's very informal, and we have people joining us now in California and all over the place. So if you have a topic or a suggestion, now is a good time before someone else suggests a topic or a suggestion. Just let me know what your topic or what your suggestion is, please.
Dr. Truman.
Yes.
Hey, how you doing? It's Chantel.
Yes. Hi. How you doing? I'm blessed. How are you?
Hello.
Oh, nothing.
The room is now filling up, and we're so if you have a question or a topic, press your star key 2 times, and we'll get started.
I just have a question.
We're still looking for a topic.
I'm not. I know you're talking everything cool with me. I'm good. I'm good. Baby. I just feel you. I ain't gonna do nothing. I ain't gonna talk to you. I'm just Dr. Truman. I ain't listening or looking at nothing. I don't care what you don't know, what you want to know. I'm not.
Okay, there we go. All right. So again, we're looking for a topic or a suggestion. Maybe you want to talk about arthritis. Maybe you want to talk about cancer. Maybe you want to talk about all kinds of different things. We could do that. And welcome in the New York area for joining us. And we're looking for a topic or a suggestion as we get started here. The room is filling up now. And all you need to do to suggest a topic or a suggestion or give us a testimonial, all you have to do is press your star key 2 times, and that unmutes your mic. We have to mute the microphones, otherwise we get all kinds of echoes. And welcome in the Texas area.
Welcome, Dr. Truman. I have a topic, bipolar.
Bipolar. We finally got a topic. Okay, we're going to talk about bipolar and dementia and how to wake up the brain. And so we're going to do that. And the room is still filling up, and I'm going to go ahead and mute that mic as well. I continue to mute the microphone so that you don't hear a bunch of echoes, and we're almost ready to start here. And the topic today, or at least one of them, and as soon as we talk about bipolar, then we're going to ask for another topic or another suggestion, or you're welcome to make a comment. Or
you want nothing?
Yes, I do. What's up? All right. In New York, do you have a topic or a suggestion?
COPD.
COPD. We got 2 topics now. We're going to talk about bipolar, and then we're going to talk about the respiratory system and how to deal with COPD. All right. And so now I'm going to go over here. It looks like we've given folks a chance to join us. There will be other people, I'm sure, coming in as they do, and that's great. But we're going to get started on our first topic. And our first topic is going to be bipolar. And so I'm going to go over here to common conditions on herbalhealthreview.com. And you can follow me. If you open up a tab on your computer and you go to herbalhealthreview.com, you'll be looking at what I'm looking at. And you can follow along with me. That's herbal, Herbal, health, Health. Last word is review, Review, herbalhealthreview.com. And I'm over there now, and I'm going to click on common conditions. These are all these reports that I have created, so you can go there anytime and look at these reports. Also, I'm over in another room here. I want to share this with you. There's another, besides the common conditions, there is Discoveries in Health. And Discoveries in Health, that shows you all the different ways to join this broadcast. You can join this broadcast over your telephone, anywhere in the United States or Canada. And then there is, and that's by calling 503-606-6064. If it didn't call you, that number in anywhere in the United States and Canada is 503-606-6064. And then I'm looking at this Discoveries in Health tab that's on herbalhealthreview.com. And it's telling us the different ways you can join this broadcast. You can also join this broadcast anywhere in the world. There is an international link over your telephone, and you can join anywhere in the world. And all you have to do is go to herbalhealthreview.com, click on Discoveries in Health, and that's all of the different ways to join us. But that's not the only way you can join us over the telephone. You can also join us over your computer. And there's a link there. That way, if you would like to join us over your computer, it's www.uberconference.com/Truman, Truman, 8, the number 8. That's www.uberconference.com/Truman8. And you can join over your computer. Then there's even one more way to join. You can join over your computer. There's a button there that says Discoveries in Health. And on that button, that's a green button, and you can push that green button, and you'll be in Google Hangouts, and you will have live audio video. I'll be looking at you, you'll be looking at me, and you'll be looking at the reports and so forth that I'm talking about. So these are the different ways that you can join us. Please join us by telephone, by computer, by Google Hangouts. That's all the different ways that we are coming to you. Now, we're getting back over here, and I'm going up on herbalhealthreview.com. I'm clicking on Common Conditions, and we're going to talk about bipolar. And one of the things for bipolar, let's just give you a remedy. Let's give you an herbal tincture extract that is helpful when there's bipolar. And let's take a look here. Bipolar, ADD. There we go. It's herbal tincture extract, number 1060. So let's go take a look at that 1060. And I'm going to go over to a different tab now. Now I'm on the website Health and Herbs, betterhealthherbs.com. Any product that we're talking about today, you can find it over there. That's betterhealthherbs.com. I'm over there right now, and I'm going to click on their store, and I'm going to look at that bipolar remedy. And so that you know that what it is, I'm going to their quick find box. I'm typing in 1060, and I'm pressing search so that you can see that remedy, and we can start out by giving you the remedy. It's remedy number 1060. I'm clicking on that remedy, and we're going to look at the herbs, the herbal formula, what it takes to help people with bipolar to balance them out. And it's going to be just one of the things that we're going to use. And I am looking at that, and it has kava root in there. It has skullcap leaf, St. John's wort leaf, and that is a good help for bipolar. Again, that's formula number 1060, and you'll find it on betterhealthherbs.com, as you will with any of the products that I'm talking about. They are the manufacturer, and their telephone number is 541-791-8400. You can call them up on the telephone. They'll answer your questions. They will help you. They will give you a free consultation, and if you need a discount, they will give you a discount. So that's why you should call at 541-791-8400, or go on their website, betterhealthherbs.com. All right, we have talked about a herbal formula for bipolar, and the ingredients: kava root, skullcap leaf, and St. John's wort leaf. And you would take you'd start with a small amount, like 6 drops. You would increase it until you feel it. Either it's working or it's not. You might need to take, if you're sensitive, you'll take about 6 drops 3 times a day, maybe 4 or 5 if you have an episode. And if you need more, you can take up to 30 drops 3, 4, 5 times a day of the bipolar herbal tincture extract. Okay, now we've talked about that. Let's go back over to Discoveries in Health. Let's go back over to Common Conditions. And let's look at that report that's going to help people who are dealing with bipolar. And, okay, let's see. There we go. It would be under the autism report. It's going to be similar. The things that work for autism will work with bipolar, because the challenge of the spectrum of disorders that we call autism, bipolar, etc., demands that we cast a wide net in hunting down anything that might aid improvement. And herbal medicine, while not yet on a par with some other alternative autism treatments in the United States, offers promise for us, a swath of common problems that accompany that type of a syndrome. Let's talk about autism, which is going to be similar. And this is the experience of a woman with herbs and working with autism, and has been excellent. Her daughter, now 16 years old, with Asperger's syndrome, also developed absence seizures at the age of 11. And herbal remedies, as a part of a holistic treatment package, have brought great improvement for her over the years. In cooperation with her neurologist, we brought her to the point of being seizure-free, no more seizures, which is a whole other report as well, because there are ways to get rid of seizures. But she became seizure-free without drugs by using the remedies that we are talking about here. And she has improved steadily in other ways over the years. Now, the number of potential herbal remedies is huge. You might use herbs to treat, in addition to seizures, acute infections and yeast overgrowth, and add to that the potential of supporting a healthy immune system, the nervous system, the digestive system, and respiratory systems, which takes in COPD if it's accompanied with autism or bipolar. And you have, so what you have is a very potent addition to your therapeutic repertoire. Now, a long history, well, our definition of autism is a recent concept. It's recent. They didn't have a definition for autism earlier on. And traditional medicine has no diagnosis called autism. They don't have that. And often using more vague terms to describe what we now would call pervasive developmental delay and related issues. That makes traditional natural healing terms hard to interpret. For example, a Chinese concept called phlegm in the heart orifice describes a condition essentially identical to modern autism. Thus, once we slice through the challenging vocabulary and understand the indications, herbal remedies can be quite effective. Because we know about traditional herbal treatments, we have gleaned from traditional medical systems. These treatments are often better used in a holistic therapeutic context and not as an isolated remedy. Now, we're at the beginning of our understanding of herbal medicine because the mechanisms are often unknown, and the safety profile for children is often not established. Still, in general, herbs are remarkably safe. They're safer than the medicines, much safer. And while preliminary results with herbs in autism are promising, you should always consult an expert practitioner for herbal advice. You could expect to get good results with a child with autism in the areas of enhancing digestion, brain circulation, neuron health, protecting the nervous system from damage, detoxification, and allergy. And sensory, we got an open mic. I have to go over here and close the mic. Stay with me while we do that. Okay, all right. And I don't know if Doc Miles has joined us or Shirley, but if they have, hi. And that's okay. I'm closing out. I have to close the mic over here in Atlanta. There we go. We did that. Now we're back over here to the autism report. Now, so what we're talking about, you can expect results with enhancing digestion, brain circulation, neuron health, protecting the nervous system from damage, detoxification, and allergy and sensory regulation. In our discussion, all doses refer to an adult body, so you may need to adjust the dose down to suit the patient's size. The good news is it's not going to hurt anybody. These herbs are safe. Now, the first one we're going to start with is a heavy metal detox, because what's going on here is there's lead, there's mercury, there's cadmium, there's all these heavy metals that are saturating the body and causing this condition of bipolar and autism and dementia. It's heavy metals in the body. And when you're using a heavy metal detox to detoxify the body and absorb those harmful metals, well, then you start getting results. So that's the first thing we do, is we use an herbal tincture extract called heavy metal detox with garlic, chlorella, cilantro, and coriander. And those herbs will bind up with heavy metals and pull them out of the body. And then all of a sudden you're starting to feel better, get results with other things you're doing. Another herb that you want, and you want this in your kitchen, you want ginger root in your kitchen. And just slice it up, little slices, and chop it up. And because ginger root, which is tasty, it's aromatic. Aromatic ginger is a time-tested medicine for stomach distress. It'll help to get rid of that upset stomach, and it will help the digestion. And it's used by nearly every population in the world. Wherever you go, they're going to have ginger. So get a ginger root. Always have a ginger root in your kitchen. And ginger's effect on motion sickness and nausea has been thoroughly proven. It works. So it's not surprising that European practitioners use this herb, ginger root, almost any time you have a digestion problem. Ginger root, it reduces spasms. It absorbs and neutralizes toxins in the digestive tract, and it increases digestive secretions, including bile and saliva. And ginger contains ingredients that soothe the gastrointestinal tract and aid digestion by increasing the peristalsis that moves the food through the stomach. And a study from India demonstrated that ginger speeds up the time it takes the stomach to empty, to digest, and empty and get and process the food. A benefit for feelings of abdominal discomfort and bloating. Ginger root is a safe and a wonderful remedy, so you can consume it as desired in food. Whenever I make a soup or prepare some food, I've always got ginger and garlic. It's plenty of it going in there. Now, you want to use up to 3 grams per day. Fresh is best, but you can get it in capsules, and you can also get it as an herbal tincture extract. So you use about 3 grams per day if you're using capsules, or 1 teaspoon of chopped fresh root brewed up in tea 3 times a day, and you'll see the results we're talking about. Now, here's another herb. It's called astragalus root, number 3043. It's an herbal tincture extract. It's not often that a powerful herb tastes like a delicious soup, but the potent Chinese energizer, astragalus root, energizes, and it's an immune system builder, builds up your immune system, and it proves to be the exception. It really works wonderfully. It's used to assist healing. Astragalus is used to assist healing from chronic illness and is a stamina tonic. I got to take a sip of water here. Stay with me. So we're talking about astragalus root. It's a stamina tonic. It's going to increase stamina. Astragalus boosts energy. It increases stress adaptation, so you can adapt to stress. It's particularly antiviral, and it amplifies the efficacy of many types of immune function. Traditionally, night sweats, wasting disorders, chronic ulceration, and sores, and numbness, and edema, water retention, are called for using astragalus root. This root, astragalus root, is preferred for long-term prevention, but it can be used for acute cold and flu, and it will produce improvement in almost every case. Chinese families regularly add astragalus to the family stew pot, during the cold season so that everyone can get a daily immune boost. Astragalus is a popular immune enhancer for children who have frequent infections. According to Chinese medicine, astragalus also fortifies the lungs and would be good in COPD because it fortifies the lungs. So it forms the backbone of a program to prevent and treat respiratory infection. Now, many studies have shown its ability to augment the immune function, including activity against Coxsackie virus, a flu-like virus that mainly affects children. Polysaccharides, similar to those in echinacea and shiitake mushrooms, and a hormone-like compounds called saponins, are credited with many of astragalus' benefits. There may be dozens of other active constituents, many of which may be synergistic or supportive of the immune activity chemicals in astragalus. Astragalus capsules, unlike most Chinese medicinal plants, actually tastes surprisingly good as a tea with a velvety texture and kind of sweet. And it has kind of a buttery taste. For a broth, that's almost like chicken soup. Cook the roots into a soup stock and make an herbal tea. And use that to cook rice or any other grain. And you'd use, of the tincture extract, you'd use 6 to 30 drops, starting always with a small amount and increasing it till you're getting results. Yeah, 6 to 30 drops per day, maybe up to even 3 times a day during the cold season, or to replenish a burned out immune system if you're all burned out. Now, let's move on. We're talking about bipolar. And we also talked about astragalus here because it's going to be good for COPD. But here's another herb that works for bipolar and for mental problems, memory, and so forth. It's called ginkgo leaf. Ginkgo is an herb that offers promise for treating a large collection of brain, nerve, and circulatory conditions. It is the most widely prescribed phytopharmaceutical in the world. I'll say it again, it's the most widely prescribed. And with well over 200 published studies to its credit. Ginkgo, 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 acts by increasing the blood flow to the brain and central nervous system, as well as promoting peripheral circulation. And it exerts a protective effect on every cell in the body in general, and also the nerve cells in particular. Ginkgo's unusual biochemical properties lend it to treating memory loss and cognition disorders. Modern investigators have focused on a standardized extract of the leaf known as EGB761, a concentrate of about 50 to 1. The resulting ginkgo biloba extract is ginkgo biloba, that's its second name. The extract, GBE, the resulting ginkgo biloba extract, it contains a consistent 24% flavonoid glycosides and 6% terpene lactones. Ginkgo leaf is very safe, and side effects are almost non-existent. And by all accounts, one of the most dramatic properties of ginkgo is memory, where it improves concentration, short and long-term memory, absent-mindedness, confusion, and fatigue. One interesting French study measured the effect on mental function and found improved vigilance, learning, and memory in volunteers with an average age of 29. The effects were measurable within 30 minutes of taking the herb, peaking at about 2 to 3 hours, with benefits continuing over several days. Most results are not that immediate. However, most studies note improvement after 1 month, with benefits still increasing at 6 months. You want to use the most concentrated form, and that would be a tincture extract, and you'd use about 6 drops to 30 drops. I always start with a low dose and increase it until I feel it and know that it's working. Now let's talk about another herb that will be very helpful when we're talking about autism, bipolar, memory problems, concentration. And that herb is called Gotu-Kola leaf. Gotu-Kola leaf. Here's an herb with a long history of brain building. Gotu-Kola is a mainstay of herbal medicine in Ayurvedic, Indian medicine, Ayurvedic medicine, and it kind of sneaked into the European treatment many years ago. It was used in France in the 1880s. That we're talking about Gotu-Kola leaf. Yes, it was used. We know it's been used since the 1880s in France, and it's a standout herb for the nervous system. Gotu-Kola has a host of benefits for neurological recovery and cognition. Gotu-Kola leaf is a plant that comes from the jungle. It's a jungle creeper that grows in hot, moist climates in South and Southeast Asian tropics, from India to the Philippines, and it is commonly eaten raw as a green vegetable with many different kinds of foods, much like a salad. Gotu-Kola leaf, that herb is exceptionally high in B-complex vitamins, especially in B1, B2, and B6, all of which are essential nutrients for the nervous system. Gotu-Kola leaf is also called Brahmi, 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 which means godlike, a nod to its anti-aging properties. Gotu-Kola leaf, and to its use as an aid to cognition. It has a bitter taste and is cooling to the body. It's used to promote circulation, especially to the blood vessels of the skin and the mucous membranes. It is a rejuvenator for the nerves and the brain, as the main South Asian herb for the nervous system. It is used both in the repair of nerve tissues from crushing trauma, such as a spinal injury and neuromuscular disorders, and to increase general brain function, memory, concentration, and mental acuity. Gotu-Kola leaf strengthens the memory and the concentration and intelligence and promotes longevity. This remedy is used to treat disorders as diverse as epilepsy, senility, hair loss, and psoriasis. Gotu-Kola leaf is an anti-inflammatory and antioxidant. The active substance in Gotu-Kola are thought to be triterpenes, steroid-like compounds, which have a balancing effect on the connective tissues. These triterpenes improve the function and the integrity of the collagen matrix, and support the ground substance, the basic glue that holds cells of our body together. Since gotu kola is basically a mild salad vegetable, the dose can be very high. You can take plenty of it. Try 1 to 4 teaspoonsful of fresh juice every morning for acute skin disease, and use 1 to 2 ounces of dry herb by weight as a tea per day. Many people use a modest dose of 6 to 24 drops per day in tinctures for daily rejuvenation. It is often taken with ghee, Ghee, which is clarified butter. And try a cup of gotu kola tea with honey before meditation. And that's gotu kola. Now, we're going to talk about an herb called calamus root, number 3170. Calamus root is a major herb for the mind in ancient medicine. Calamus is said to stimulate the power of self-expression and to enhance intelligence. Ancient yogis and seers used calamus root. The root promotes circulation to the brain. It heightens the memory, enhances awareness, and increases communication and self-expression. It is a bitter herb that acts as an anti-gas digestive aid and mucolyptic. So it sees use in autism. Calamus also has warming, respiratory functions. So going back to COPD, it's going to be warming to the respiratory functions. Calamus root is often combined with gotu kola, which we mentioned before, which is cooling and mild. The complementary energetics makes the combination suitable for a wide variety of people. In addition, attention deficit conditions, ADHD, and it combines well with gotu kola and valerian and licorice. Over long term, calamus will warm the body and pacify the mind. I've made an extensive observation of people using calamus to treat epilepsy, especially juvenile petit mal seizures, which is absence seizures. And calamus, it's dramatically effective, often completely replacing anticonvulsant medication. And do not treat epilepsy casually. It is a serious and complicated condition with many causes and a collection of associated family and social issues. Cross-taper the dose of calamus with medication, with close monitoring. Always consult a qualified professional. Now, for epilepsy again, we use calamus root, gotu kola leaf, and valerian root. Calamus root is often emetic in doses much larger than suggested dose. It may not be compatible for co-administration with other psychoactive drugs, although little is known about these concerns. Now, it seems almost a shame to use such a powerful and valuable herb on common stomach and lung problems, but calamus is quite serviceable for dyspepsia, for cough. For cough, combine it with licorice root. In the British herbal tradition, calamus root is thought to be a stomach acid balancer. A dose of up to 10 drops of the tincture per day will reduce acid, while higher doses stimulate acid production. All right, we're going to take about a 15-second break here while I get a drink of water, and we shall continue. All right, we touched on seizures. Let's touch on a little bit more. Seizures, which in this report has a link to another report all about seizures. So if you're in the autism report and you go down below calamus root, you'll see seizures. And that's another complete report on how to treat seizures. Obviously, treating seizures with natural remedies is a tricky area. There must necessarily be much overlap with the medical practice, and it absolutely requires a medical overview. So now, however, we should be reminded that epilepsy is a clinical diagnosis, not an assessment made by EEG. If the seizures are improving, presumably, that is to the good. This condition has great potential for drugs and natural medicine in combination, in a balance. Now, there's another herb here called lobelia leaf. Lobelia leaf is a classic American remedy for preventing and treating seizures and has a very long record of exceptional success. American herbalists report that often lobelia leaf alone with daily preventative doses will be curative over a few months. There is essentially no science behind this herb, so we are relying on case reports from a century ago and recent clinical observations of practitioners. Consider using the therapeutic dose in tea, tincture, or capsules for prevention. Use the tincture sublingually underneath the tongue and massage this liquid into the base of the skull during a seizure to bring rapid relief. The pure acidified seed tincture may be stronger than the acidified fresh herb tincture, which in turn is stronger than the dry herb. Vinegar extract tincture is also a possibility. Lobelia can be nauseating. It is important to increase the dose carefully to the therapeutic levels, which can vary a lot depending on the needs of the case. So this must be determined on a case-by-case basis. The typical daily dose of lobelia is 5 grams in tea or capsules, or for tincture, 20 to 30 drops. These all refer to divided doses taken with food. The patient can go higher if needed and tolerated. Now let's talk about another herb here that can be helpful, and that is black cohosh root. Black cohosh root has a history of... Yes, welcome.
Truman.
Welcome, brother. That's Doc Miles, folks.
I just got in the house and I jumped on the phone. I'm sorry I was so late. My mom's listening tonight. She's fixed to be 94 years old. She's healthier than all of us.
Wonderful, wonderful. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, she's fixed to be 94 years old. That's amazing.
90. Well, it sounds like she's got a good naturopathic doctor to help her.
I try real hard. I try real hard.
Oh yes, well that's wonderful. Okay. That is wonderful.
Well, I'm ready to help you now.
Oh, okay. I'm going to just finish here talking a little bit about black cohosh root. Then if you have anything to share about your experience with autism, bipolar disorders, we'll jump in here. Let me just finish talking about the autism report, where I'm finishing up talking about black cohosh root. Black cohosh root has a history of noted anti-seizure activity, although now known more for other applications. Black cohosh root was used extensively in the past as a relaxant. You use 20 to 30 drops per day. Herbal medicine holds great promise for supporting health and life. When we apply it to autism or bipolar in a rational and balanced way, we can expect to see some breakthroughs. Make a point to look at this widely used medicinal system to promote positive change in digestion, cognition, emotional balance, and brain balance, and you'll see that it has a lot to offer.